Hey guys, Thunderset here, and we are bringing you yet another revisit for Machina. But this one is really more about this new archetype, and Machina is more just 6 cards splashed in, so don't think of it as the focus of the archetype. What is really the focus of the archetype is the brand new Speedroids, guys. So they're machines, obviously, to work with Machina, and they have a lot of interaction with the graveyard, which makes them work even better with Machina. And they have a lot of versatility with their own archetype, which gives you virtually any synchro that is 5, 6, or 7. Works out really nice for a synchro pool, but we're still using the same old in Samurai Destroyer, Armades, Bryonic Dragon, Black Rose Dragon, and we also snuck in a level 8 Scrap Dragon because we are capable of making him with our other boys pretty easily, so he comes in handy in a pinch. And he's also Earth, along with our 2 copies of Samurai Destroyer. They are also Earth. Why is that worth mentioning? All our monsters, well, not all our monsters, our Machina monsters are Earth, so we're using Firm as Earth. So our main boss monsters are Earth, pretty much all of them. We still have Bryonic, Armades, and Black Rose, but they're more situational. These are the boys you're consistently pulling out and want to do most of your fighting with. So how are we really pulling these boys out? So a basic combo would be with Horse Stilts. When this card is normal summon, you can special summon one level 4 lower Speedroid monster from your hand. Pretty good. During the main phase, except this turn, this card was sent to the graveyard. You can banish this card from your graveyard, send one monster from your deck to the graveyard. So you could use that. It works out really well for a bunch of their graveyard synergy. But other than that, you're really just using him for a special summon from the hand. You could special summon our level 3 here, Den Daiko Duke. That'll give you your Samurai Destroyer or a Black Rose. He also has some work in the graveyard. You can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon one Speedroid Tuner from your hand or graveyard, except for this boy himself. You can only do that once per turn, so we're running 2 of him. But really our main tuner is Speedroid Red-Eyed Dice. So when this card is normal summon or special summon, you can target one Speedroid monster you control, except for itself. Declare a level 1 to 6. It becomes that level until the end of this phase. So you could normal summon your Horse Stilts. That special summons your Red-Eyed Dice. You can target your Horse Stilts, turn him to level 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. That's your Samurai Destroyer. You could not activate his effect. That's an Armades. Turn him to 5. That's a Bryonic, and all those in between. So it works out really nice for him. And now lastly, we also have Double Yo-Yo, guys. When this card is normal summon, you can target a level 3 or lower Speedroid monster in your graveyard, special summon it. So obviously you have a Fortress in hand. You can throw your Fortress and a Red-Eyed Dice away. Then normal summon your Double Yo-Yo. Special summon your Red-Eyed Dice. Now you have any synchro you want and a Fortress on the field. Very, very strong field. We're topping it all off with Cosmic Cyclone just to really get Firm as Earth in there. And imagine these monsters with Firm as Earth, guys. This boy gets up to 3,100. This boy gets up to 3,300. He's at 3,000, so it gets pretty crazy. 3,100 Samurai Destroyer is just a nightmare for a lot of decks. So it's actually really cool. Very cool deck, guys. You already know, it's no secret I love Machina, and I've been going on a Machina rampage lately. But Speedroids were made for this, virtually. They do have some specific boss monsters we're not using that are actually pretty cool. But the extra deck is just so tight as it is. I really just wanted these core try-hard monsters. So I hope you guys enjoy, and thanks for watching. Okay, so here's a Zane Truesdale. We're going second. Pretty useful if we could get some Cosmic Cyclones, maybe on a top deck, probably not though. So here, he's starting with a core, searches a Cybernetic Fusion support, uses it immediately, pretty bold move to throw his Cyber Style out there. Now he sets 2 cards, calls it a turn. We do not get a Cosmic Cyclone. We're going to start with a Gear Frame, bring out a Fortress, we throw away a Yo-Yo, since we already have another Yo-Yo. That's going to trigger his Overflow. He's going to destroy both our boys. But guess what? We can bring him right back out from the graveyard because it's still our main phase. He should have waited till the battle phase. Throw away 2 Speedroid monsters. Wipe his whole field of monsters. Here he's going with his core. Searches another Overflow. The audacity, guys. Now he goes into his Cyberload Fusion, banishes those monsters, uses a Rampage to dump even more Cyber Dragons, but he passes his turn in defense position. So here we can normal summon our Stilts. That's going to special summon Den Den. That's a level 6 synchro of a Samurai Destroyer, guys. Now we get to use Horse Stilts. We throw away a Red-Eye Dice because we really don't want to top deck it. And it does have graveyard effects for us. Here we get hit by another Overflow, but you know a Samurai Destroyer already laughs in the face of Overflow. Swing into his Rampage. He's in top deck mode, guys. Has to set his one monster. Heart of the Cards believes in us, giving us our double yo-yo. There's the dice we threw away, guys. Guess what? That's going to be an Armades, so no effects, no nothing versus the Armades. Getting over the Veer and hitting him for lethal. Great stuff, guys. Okay, here's the Dark Signer Carly Carmine. We're going first. She's using straight Dark Magician. Dark Magician Girl, I should say. We got a handful of Speedroids. We got a handful of Fortress. What we do with the Fortress is you throw away the Den Den, then you can normal summon the Yo-Yo, bring out the Den Den. We have a Horse Stilt, so we can top deck whatever tuner we want. We still have 4 in the deck. Set out a Fortress, set out a Destroyer. That's what the deck's all about, guys. Our opponent sets 3 back row, 1 monster. We do, in fact, top deck that tuner for our Horse Stilts. Our boy hits our Fortress at the end of our turn. Now it's our turn. We get to normal summon our Horse Stilts, special summon, we go with the Den Den, then we're going to go to any synchro we want, and opponent scoops. Great stuff, guys. Okay, here we are versus a Seto Kaiba, going second. He has no sleever map for the boy, using peak performance, meaning he is Black Wings, and he probably did not want to go first. We're starting with the Cosmic Cyclone ourselves. He's starting with the Simoon, throwing away a Simoon. That gives him a search of a Zephyros. Now he normal summons that Zephyros. Search a Squall. He asked me to watch closely as he summons his Gale into a right Kiri. Brings the Zephyros back, calls it a turn. So weird not to do the Squall play, but to each his own. So we're going to punish him for it. We Cosmic Cyclone his field spell so we can get our field spell. We use our Horse Stilts. That brings out our our Den Den. Guess what? Black Rose of Field, guys. Get all those monsters out of here. We're going to bring out our Fortress. We're going to bring out our Den Den. I would have liked this monster to have been Earth. But it's not Earth. If it was Earth, we would have had exactly lethal, and how slick would that have been? But he's Wind, so we just took a risk putting him out there. But we have a 3k Fortress. Our opponent tops decks and wants nothing to do with it. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are facing a Chaz Princeton. Going second, going for a rank up. 22 cards for our boy, also life point boosting. We have some gear frames, we have a Cosmic Cyclone, our boy's trying to Necro Valley us. We top deck a Fortress. We're going to start by Cosmic Cycloning that Necro Valley. Now we have a Gaia Power, guys. Firm as Earth. Throw away both our Fortress to bring out a Fortress, then throw away both our Speedroids to bring out a second Fortress, and swing over 5k in a single turn. We don't care about you, first turn Black Wings. GG, guys. Alright, here we are facing a Bones. We're going first. He's looking for a rank up in Japanese. We have Fortress. We have Yo-Yo. So Fortress throws away himself and our Den Den. Then we can normal summon our Yo-Yo. That special summons the Den Den. That's a Samurai Destroyer, guys. These are the big boys. Fortress and Destroyer. We just have big humanoid monsters, big humanoid machines we're hiding behind, fighting an ancient Dark Lords deck. Really don't see this around too often. He has a sick hand too, already having a Sanctified and throwing away a Contact with the Nastin, so he's really set with that banishment. Now he searches a Tez, He has everything you could possibly want, really. Normal summons a Raiden, posthumous army, all that stuff. He's feeling really good about himself right now. But he's about to run into some trouble. We're gonna normal summon our other gear frame. We're all set. Samurai Destroyer says, I'm not afraid of Tez. Go ahead and try to use Tez. We'll lose our Samurai Destroyer. Here he's going to Nastin to special summon after we threaten his Nastin. Special summons the Tez. Now we get to attack the Tez. The Tez is going to use a Sanctified to gain some attack off, or some life off himself. Gear frame destroys the Raiden, and we're moving on. He only has 2 cards in his hand, 1 Nastin on the field. Uses another charge of Light Brigade. Good job, he hit his own Sanctified. That's actually pretty useful for us. Which means he's only going to be able to use it once. Here he gets Illumina. Synchro summoning, milling his deck even further. This duel's going as good as it can go for this guy. He's getting his Fortune Lady every. Posthumous army again, doesn't really do much. Uses his Nastin again for a banishment. Searches contact, probably should have made room in his deck for Desire. Uses his contact once again. Special summons an Amdusk, picks on my poor little gear frame. Uses Amdusk to negate my effect before he destroys me. Still going to use my effect to destroy that Nastin. We get another gear frame, so we're gonna summon that boy. We throw away the 2 from our hand to summon the 1 from our graveyard. It's actually a misplay, because you could have left 1 in your hand. Or summon the 1 for, or no, I guess it's not technically a misplay. It's just the nature of the deck. So we finally get our Firm as Earth, guys, thanks to him attacking our gear frame. He does banish our Fortress because she does not target. So we just have a 2300 little gangster gear frame getting picked on. But all we needed was a yo-yo, guys. We top deck a yo-yo. Bring out that Den. Guess what that means? Samurai Destroyer, he's 3.1k. You don't get any effects when you fight Samurai Destroyer. She loses all her attack to take straight that 3100. Now he's just 100 life points, which means no shenanigans. Throws away his 1 Sanctified, which means there's no getting him back after that. He didn't have life points to do it. So he was done for, guys, and scoops. Great stuff. This deck is wild. You already know Machinas are strong. You already know they're underrated. We know they're strong. Everyone else doesn't know they're strong. And Speedroid is cheap synchros, guys. Very cheap synchros. So if you want to run Firm as Earth, you want to run people over with Samurai Destroyers, go for it. You don't even need this many of each card. You could go 2 Yo-Yo. You could go 2 Horse Stilts. However you want to mix it up. Whatever room you need to make. It's totally viable, guys. Try it out, and thanks for watching.